Hi, and welcome to the 2021 Economic Depression and Preparation channel. I'm your host, Tony. Thank you for joining me on this Tuesday, April 13th, 2021 edition. Please be sure to hit that subscribe button for the latest 100% truth on the financial news in the United States and sometimes abroad. Thank you for your support. Today, we're going to look at briefly the consumer price index and gas prices, which are on the rise in many parts of the country. The consumer prices rose more than expected, according to MSNBC, pushed by 9.1% jump in gasoline. More Americans are getting ready to gear up for this summer travel season in the second quarter here as vaccines become more widely available and a lot of states are easing restrictions, meaning more people are going to be on the roads and in the skies. The consumer price index rose 0.6% in March from the previous month and 2.6% from a year ago, according to the Department of Labor. So a surge in gasoline prices accounted for about half of that gain amid signs of an accelerating economic recovery. As you know, they've been touting that the economic recovery is going to be solely based on the stimulus, the vaccines, and the infrastructure plan. Those three components, the trifecta of recovery, according to the analyst, has helped to bolster the American economy's outlook for the second quarter along with earnings season. But gasoline prices continue to rise along with food prices, which nudged up 0.01% for the month and 3.5% already for this year. And we can already see that from the Trader Joe's to Whole Foods to Safeways and Costco's and Kroger's. And Ralph's, all the stores across all of the country from west to east experienced a 3.3% increase at the food at home category. Wow. So all of the six of the government's measures of grocery store indexes rose, with the biggest gain of 5.4% in the area of meats, poultry, fish, and eggs. So we can see that those services continue to rise. People are stockpiling food and supplies and their cabinet pantries and their bins because they know that the supply shortages are still looming. Even though we have this price increase, the supply shortages are looming either intentionally or just naturally because of what's going on with this economy. Food away from home increased 3.7%, while limited services meals, which includes pickup, takeout, and delivery restaurants, jumped up 6.5% for the year. This is the largest annual increase since 1997. So as we continue to go through these markets are adjusting, but we're going to have core CPI. Food, energy costs are going up. Everything is going to go up in response to this stimulus that is paid. And Chairman Jerome Powell has already committed to not raising rates through 2023. Because he says that they've hidden their, not worried about hitting their inflation target of 2% and below. However, what will cause the Federal Reserve to raise rates if they see runaway inflation this summer after the infrastructure bill is passed coming up. You'll see it coming very strongly between August and September and October. If the infrastructure bill gets passed that President Biden wants to pass, that's another $4 or $5 trillion on top of that. That's when we're going to see the runaway inflation for the next year or two. And that's when they're going to have to respond. The Federal Reserve Bank is going to have to respond and raise these rates before things get out of hand in America and at the store, at the pumps, and other places as supplies dwindle, but the prices of things that are in the stores continue to go up. So this is going to be an absolute disastrous situation here. The economy has recovered more than 13 million jobs since the depths of the crisis. However, there remain about 9 million more people, that Americans, that are still sidelined. And think about this. This is not counting another shutdown. That's what I wanted to warn people of, is that we're not out of the woods yet with this health crisis. As you know, Johnson & Johnson just recalled another vaccine because of blood clots. They're taking a pause on that. If somebody like Moderna or Pfizer or another company comes out and said they got to take a pause on their vaccine, that's going to create problems even for those people who have already been vaccinated or have not been vaccinated. It's going to create problems in this economy. And so just be prepared, continue to stock up, continue to stay prayed up, and we're going to make it through. This is just the beginning stages of this depression. And by the time the media calls it that we're in a depression, it'll be well into 2022, 2023 by that time, because, you know, the numbers have been so doctored up and so massaged that, you know, you will see it more literally on the streets before they call it for the markets, because of the money, the funny money that's been printed up and involved, which I'm thankful for. I'm glad that they sent me a check. I want more checks. Unfortunately, the stimulus checks can't go on forever. as the U.S. government continues to go to $28 trillion in debt and higher after this. So use it wisely, use your resources wisely, use your time wisely. Most importantly, continue to keep your mental health in check as we see all these different stories around the nation. And look out for your neighbor and your family, most importantly, whether you're in the city or in the rural or suburb of your land. So be blessed, everyone. I'll talk to you very soon. Thank you so much for listening. Be blessed.